with it. There we go.
Okay, well, just before we start the meeting tonight, can we just really have a thought for all those people who've died due to COVID-19? We're now over the 100,000, and I'm sure all the committee would like to pass on their thoughts and prayers to anyone who's lost anyone in this terrible virus, and also to ask residents who may be struggling with mental health issues not to ignore those issues and to seek support. There's a lot of support in the community, so please seek support. Welcome to tonight's F&GP meeting from the Workington Town Council. We shall start by doing a roll call of councillors present. Just say aye when the name's called. Can we just, Janet King?
Yes, present.
Carol Armstrong?
Present.
Aye.
Ryan Briggs?
Present.
Jed Glazier? Jed?
You're on mute, Jed.
Sean Melton, we have apologies for.
I've got it now.
That's it, Jed. Thanks, Mullet. Blaine Sampson?
Yeah.
Stephen Stoddart?
Yeah.
And Will Wilkinson?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Going through the...
Mentioned Hillary.
Hillary.
I mentioned Hillary, didn't I?
No.
Sorry, Hillary. Looking at the agenda, we have apologies then from Sean Melton and a full house. Apart from that, we shall go to a declaration of interest. If anyone has a declaration of interest on anything that's on tonight's agenda, can the please say so now?
I am chair of Finance Allotment Society.
No problem. Thanks, Will. Exclusion of the press and public or any public bodies, which I don't believe we have anyone in from public bodies anyway, and I don't think there's anything on the agenda that's be discontinued. Can we have a proposer and second for the previous meeting minutes? Herbert and Blaine as proposer and second. Thank you. And then we move to the schedule of payments, which you should all have had copies in advance.
Just let me get it up.
Oh, are you going to share the screen, Catherine?
I'm going to share the screen.
Aren't you getting posh? Eh? Chris never shared a screen.
I'm going to have a heart attack if I actually do it. Like, hold on, which ones? I've got them up. Hold on, just let me do that. And then let me do the pig and things in my way.
That's bank reconciliation.
I know. The menu for me Zoom is across the menu for me other thing. Hold on a second while I just go into that so I can load it up for you.
I think the thing to remember about the schedule of payments is that these are signed off on a weekly basis by either Stephen Stoddart, Will Wilkinson, or myself. And we all co-sign the checks, so we do check them at that particular time and highlight anything that we may see as an issue. But
yeah, I've got them. I'm just going to put them on this screen now.
Most are day-to-day running and fall within the normal spend permitted.
There you
go. If anybody has an issue with them, can they please raise it now?
Hold on, can't see him. Bit fast.
Sorry, I'm just trying to go through them. Is that a bit fast for everybody?
It was a bit.
Shall I just hold fire?
Can I just add, Paul, that every check is described to us by Judith Atherton and what it entails too before we sign it?
I mean, that's the thing. They are checked on a weekly basis. We do go through them and check with them and make sure that everything fits the bill.
Yeah.
So if we're all okay with them, unless anybody's got anything specific, can we have a proposer and a seconder, please?
I shall propose.
I'll second them.
Will Wilkinson proposing and Herbert Briggs seconding them. Janet's still trying to read that screen. Look at it. Are you okay with that, Janet? Do you want to carry on?
Oh, that's fine.
You're fine. Okay. Now then, can we go to the bank reconciliation to receive the
Yep.
bank reconciliation statement as of the 31st of December 2020? And there you can see our accounts on screen. And can we again thank Judith for her hard work of keeping our accounts up to date. She does an excellent job. And I'm sure she appreciates me, Will and Stephen going in and giving a slabber every week. But you know, she's a good lass and she does a cracking job. So we just want to thank her for that.
Can I move them then, please?
Yeah, we have a mover of Carol Armstrong and a seconder of
Me, Janet King.
Janet King. Thank you. Budget monitoring statement for the 31st. Do you have one of those,
Yeah, I do.
Catherine?
Yeah,
It's
getting
just
it
easier to
through
flip it up
now.
and everybody can see it, isn't it?
Well done. Just a manoeuvre to get it up when, because I can't see it across the top, so I have to go in and out a few things. Hold on, I'll just move that down a little bit for you. There you go. Can't get it all on one screen, unfortunately.
So there, what we have is the budget monitoring and now what percentage we have left in our accounts, which I think we know we have underspend at this moment in time, which we'll get to when it comes to council tax, etc. If that's okay with everybody. Can we have a proposer and a seconder, please, for the budget monitoring?
Move that.
Hello, thank you. And seconder of
Janet King.
Janet King. Thank you very much. Number 8 on the agenda is the business of internet banking. And to receive the following statement in regards to the access of internet banking for Working Town Council. It was resolved in the meeting of the Working Town Council F&GP committee held on the 28th of January 2021 that the individual to be nominated as primary user for the purpose of HSBC UK Business Internet Bank is acknowledged and agreed that the primary user would have full access to the authority over HSBC UK bank accounts, authority to appoint additional users, no restriction on what they can do using HSBC UK Business Internet Banking as appropriate. For example, they can ask and apply for credit cards, overdraft and loans, make payments in and out of HSBC bank accounts, increase, decrease cardholder limits. The meeting was reminded that full details of the primary user can do are set out in the HSBC banking terms and conditions and the business internet banking additional conditions.
This is for Judith, just so we can have internet banking, basically. And I think I have to be a secondary or something, but she needs to be the primary user just to collect the rates and stuff and the rents from the allotments.
Okay, we've got Janet with a hand up.
Yes, please.
Paul.
Can I just ask, although that's absolutely fine, is that as long as they can liaise with the chair of finance committee with regard to additional credit cards or anything like that?
Order, Chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point of order, Chair. We've
Sorry?
lost, point of order, we've lost Councillor Harrington, she can't hear you.
Can she?
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
What?
Right.
Councillor Harrington can't hear Paul.
Oh,
Okay. It's maybe just, I wonder if it's a computer. If we can just, should we sign it out and ask her to sign out and sign back in again?
Do you want me to put it out and then put it back in again?
Try taking it out of the room and bringing it back in, and it could just be.
Okay, hold on a second. I'll ask her to unmute first so I can tell her what I'm doing.
Oh, so the question is, can she hear everybody else?
That's
Can everybody
what-
else hear me okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just a message appeared on the bottom of the screen from Councillor Harrington that she couldn't hear Paul Scott.
Right, okay.
that's maybe a bonus for it, isn't it?
Well, I didn't want to say that.
Sorry, Hillary, can you hear me?
yes.
Yes.
Can hear you. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hillary, I'm going to just take you out of the meeting and then I'll
Okay.
send a specific invite to come back in. Is that okay?
That's fine. Yes.
Okay, I'll send it to you now. They'll just take it out.
Okay.
Apologies, everybody, for the delay in the meeting.
Yeah,
It's the modern technology of these kind of meetings.
let me just send another one to Hillary then. You,
Paul,
Hello.
just while we're on this, you haven't got on your agenda, I don't think so, exclusion of the press and public.
Yeah, we've done it.
just done it.
Was it on?
Hmm.
Yeah,
I haven't wrote it on mine. I haven't got any paperwork. It'll be here in the morning. It was sent out on Monday night, but it's not here.
There was no press or public in the room, Carol,
No, that's
and there's no business that is sensitive unless it comes to
no, just
the
the
staffing
employment.
issues in which we would then make it.
Okie dokie do.
Yeah. Can I
guys,
just,
I've sent that. I'm just waiting for us to come back in. Here she is.
can I just say, Chair, there's problems with Royal Mail there. It's COVID central in the sorting office and we haven't had any mail for a week, so if anybody's suffering delays in mail, that's why.
I know.
Hillary, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Paul. Yes, thank you.
We'll resume the meeting. Did you hear the statement on the business internet banking?
No.
No. Okay, I'll just quickly read through it again for you.
Are you sure? Because I can catch up with this later on, Paul. It's okay.
It's a legal issue and we
Yeah.
must ensure all councillors hear it.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
It's number 8 on the agenda, Hillary, and it's the business internet banking. And it's to receive the following statement in regards to access to the internet banking for the Working Town Council. It was resolved at the meeting of Working Town Council Finance and General Purpose Committee held on the 28th of January 2021 that an individual to be nominated as primary user for the purpose of HSBC Business Internet Banking. It was acknowledged and agreed that the primary user would have following full access, authority over HSBC bank accounts, authority to appoint additional users, no restriction on what they can do using HSBC Business Internet Banking as appropriate. For example, they can ask and apply for credit cards, overdrafts, loans, make bank payments in and out of HSBC bank accounts, increase and decrease cardholder limits. The meeting was reminded that full details of the primary user can do as are set in the HSBC business banking terms and conditions and the business internet banking additional conditions. So is everybody comfortable with that? So the initial user is going to be Judith, because obviously she's our finance officer, and the secondary user will be Catherine.
I think,
Janet?
sorry, Chair. I think we should add in there, if that's as is it as it stands at the moment, we should say after consultation with the chair of F&GP or whoever you think, because that would be standard practice, that you've got that safeguard there, that whoever's primary user can't just go off and set up credit cards or loans or whatever. So it's standard practice. It's not not that we're casting any aspersions on anybody here.
A standing practice that F&GP committee authorises payments through the relevant process.
Janice, I was going to get a credit card and go to Bora Bora. You've stuffed all my plans.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I thought you might.
Okay. Can we have a proposer and seconder for
We'll
that?
come with you.
I'll
Will-
propose that.
All right, we've got Carol Armstrong and Will Wilkinson as a seconder. Thank you. Right, number,
Sorry, the numbers went skew if I think.
I was going to say, I'm looking at you thinking we were on 8, now we're on
Number
5.
9.
Yeah, this is 9. This is a 5-9.
Number 9, draft council budget. Do you have a copy of the draft council budget with you,
I
Catherine, that you
do.
can flip up? I actually
Oh,
have.
you can't stick that up, we won't.
I would just like to say at
There
this
you
point,
go. Oh, sorry, no, that's the other one. I was
Yeah.
playing with 2. Wait there.
the budgets presented pretty much are similar to what we have, as in we always had them every year. There is some slight differences to them where we've reduced them because obviously contact, etc., and things like that. So if you look at them, for example, it's things like the making, etc. that's going to be limited due to COVID. So I think the budget was slightly reduced on that, but predominantly they all remain exactly as they are. For you.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll just take it down to the bit that you are interested in.
Well, I was going to say, do you want to walk us through this piece? Because I know you have something on here, don't you?
On this one?
Is that the one?
No, I was going to do it in employment issues.
Okay. So our precept for 2020 was £555,875. Is that right, Catherine?
Yeah.
I'm looking right there, yeah. This year, with the budget changes, we're looking at the 600 mark.
Yeah.
600, £345.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are, if you look at the council tax on the bottom, Cat D, it would mean we currently have £88.69 that we claim from the council tax on a standard Cat D property.
No, sorry, Paul, it's £82.72 at the moment, and it would go up to £88.69.
Ah, sorry, right.
Yeah.
And it would go up to £88.69.
Yeah.
The discussion we've had, or I would hope that we would like to look at, the council tax for 2021-22. We believe there's probably an underspend of around about £90,000 to £100,000. Obviously, that's because of the lack of being able to do fun days and events. And I certainly think, anyway, and I'm sure that discussion with many other members, I would like to say that we would freeze our precept for this year to ensure
agree.
To ensure that all of Working, not just certain people, but all of Workington benefits from that underspend, and it's almost giving that underspend back to the people, if you like. So that the idea would be, out of that underspend that we have, we would not increase our council tax, and we would take the shortfall or the difference from that underspend. And I shall open that up now for discussion. I can't see because I'm on the shared screen, but I think Janet's
I'll stop
waving.
sharing that if that's okay. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, so just have we got anything to show what the underspends are to check that we've actually got that amount?
We won't officially know, Carol, obviously until March. That's
Excuse
when
me, you're talking to Janet.
Yeah.
Said Carol.
Carol.
Did I say
Right.
Carol?
You did my, do you?
My
Eddie?
word. I hope my missus isn't listening. Sorry, Janet. We won't know what the underspend is until March, obviously, till we get the end of the year. What we've looked at is what the spend is moving forward for January, February, March, of what we would expect to spend, i.e. wages and all them kind of things. And we've took them from what money's left from the precept of last year.
Right.
It's a best guess, but it's a pretty accurate guess.
As long as we know that we've got enough to cover everything.
There is.
Anyone else got anything we would like to discuss on these ones? See what you think.
No, I think it's a good idea.
I think it's positive for everybody in Working, and I certainly know from what I've seen of the going out to consultation, there'll be a pretty big jump in other people's council taxes. So I think us keeping it down will certainly help to smooth the waters in these very difficult times when people have lost jobs and on short time, etc. It'll certainly help to keep them reduced. So I would like to take a vote on this, if that's all right. Just clarify that everybody is happy with this. If they aren't happy with this, please speak up now. Do you want me to do the vote?
No, I'm happy to do the vote. Right, so can I have Councillor Paul Scott? Are you in favour or nay?
No, I'm definitely in favour.
Okay. Can we have Carol Armstrong, please?
In favour of.
Let me have a look. Herbert Briggs,
In favour.
Ryan Briggs,
Yeah, in favour of it.
Jed Glazier,
Glazier?
Glaister.
Glaister, sorry.
I'm in favour.
Sorry, Hilary Harrington.
Favour.
Blaine Sampson
In favour.
and Stephen Stoddart.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
and
for
Will
that. For.
and Will Wilkinson.
Exactly the same as the double glazing salesman, Jed.
Jed, my apologies profusely. I can't speak today.
I think well worse than that.
Well, I would just like to say thank you very much, because
And
to be
Janet
honest with you,
King
Janet King, oh,
it always gets missed off.
Janet, I remembered you at this meeting. It's you that's going to. Anyway, I think it's a real positive thing for Workington, to be fair, and I think we need to get a press release to acknowledge that this is happening and the reasons why this committee decided to present to full council the proposal that we would hope that this is the case. Yeah.
Yes.
So 9, plead.
Yep.
We've took a vote, so we have that. Number 6, Workington Schools and IT support. This is on here, as you've probably already known, read in the papers. The schools are no longer at school, so they require laptops, tablets, etc., to go to school from home. And we've been speaking with Cumbria County Council and LAFL. Don't ask me to identify what LAFL is, but it basically is Cumbria County working with the Cumbria County Council to ensure that all the students that need this equipment is given the appropriate equipment. We've had assurances that all our secondary schools have been given full support and they have no students missing classes because of IT support. However, our junior and infant schools, there is still considerable amount of children not able to go to class. I have some numbers here, so I'll read them out, and it's just really to give you a scale of how many children in Workington alone is missing. So if I start with it, we've got Ashfield Junior School have 7 students that are in need of IT support. Bexton Bridge School have 41 students in need of support. St Patrick's are okay, they have enough. St Gregory's require 20 to give the children support. St Mary's require 3. St Michael's School requires 6. Victoria Infant require 50. St Victoria Junior require 15. And Northside require 11. Sorry, I think it's Northside required 11, and Westfield we're still waiting for an answer for. But in total, I think we're looking at around about 130 something students that are missing school because of IT issues. I would hope, and I ask all members to look at this, and we are suggesting that we allocate a pot of money from the underspend to go forward to officers where they can contact local businesses specific to Workington and ask them if they would like to donate money, and then we look at providing as many IT software, tablets or laptops that we can for these particular students that are missing school. It would have to be done at a great rate of speed, because obviously we don't know when they're going to go back or if they're going back, but obviously we would want the schools to be as much as possible. So I would just like to open it up for discussion on it, really, see what everybody thinks about that suggestion. The initial suggestion was there was going to be 10,000 to go to these for these. Councillor Harrington?
Yes, it's a good idea, Councillor Scott. But basically, I'd like to ask you, have County Council been approached for their input as well into this?
Yeah, we've worked with County Council on this. Amy's been working with Lizzie Shaw on this.
Okay.
And obviously Lizzie works with LAFL. Of course, the issue with LAFL is if we present that money to LAFL, then it gets shared out among Cumbria. Can
we keep this just for Workington area then?
And that is exactly why, as a group, we would want to work with the schools to make sure that it remains local to ourselves.
Right, thanks, Councillor Scott. Thank you.
Ryan, Councillor Briggs, sorry.
Yeah, I'd just like to say it's a fantastic idea, because unfortunately there's families out there that can't afford to get the IT equipment that they need to do the work. My question would be, what sort of, is there any like insurance in place, or do they have to sign anything in case the laptops don't come back?
The initial stance on it would be, and obviously this would be us, we would donate the software, the hardware, sorry, to the schools. The school would then asset number them, and it would be down to the school to appoint to the relevant. We don't have no involvement in pointing to any children or managing of the hardware. We would give it to the relevant schools who would asset number them and then give them to the relevant individuals and manage them accordingly. Basically, all we are doing is providing the cash to purchase them.
Yeah, spot on. So it's up to the schools to deal with that. Yeah. Cheers.
Councillor King.
I was just going to ask, are they all going to be new ones, or is there any option for refurbished to go there, or people to donate any?
There is a county council currently have a project on the go, and I have shared it on my Facebook, asking people with laptops or iPads or tablets to donate them, and they are going to be repaired and serviced and put out there. So that is going on with county council as we speak. Our suggestion would be that we would purchase, and we have costed these with a company. We cost them as new items, so we would buy them as new items, set them up accordingly, and then transfer to schools, and schools would take them on from there.
Can you again tell us how to? I've actually got an old laptop and 2 old tablets that I could donate if they were going to be refurbished. So can you send us out the details of where we can?
I shall email everyone the link where you can email them, and then they'll tell you where to take them for repairs. Okay. Councillor Armstrong.
I think it's a great idea, but like you've just said, Councillor Scott, times of the essence. We've got like 6 weeks, and those kids are probably, hopefully, going back to school. What assurance have we got that, you know, can we maybe get them to them in the next 10 days or something? Or, you know, the wheels of.
I think to be honest, Carol, I think the idea of this meeting is if we can allocate a designated amount of money, and we just give Amy a priority to work as quickly as can to get the necessary equipment to them. I do believe, and I think Amy was absolutely in agreement, that there's a lot of local businesses in Workington who would probably like to donate some money as well to this. It is such a fantastic cause, to be fair, and sooner we get it moving, the better, really.
Absolutely. No, thank you.
Councillor Harrington.
Yes, Carol's already asked the question that was in my mind, but also basically this has to go through full council as well, Councillor Scott. So can we just have an extraordinary meeting, say in a week or 10 days' time, to do that and get this money available? Catherine wants to speak.
There's a full meeting next Wednesday.
Yes, that's good. Yeah.
I just think it's a fantastic idea. I think it's something that the kids would really appreciate. And the schools, certainly, when I look at those numbers, there's a lot of schools out there who are struggling to get the hardware they need to get the kids in classes. Okay. Do we want to take a full vote on that one, or are we happy to say a proposer and seconder?
I'll propose it.
I'll second.
Is there any objections to it? Councillor Wilkinson, you've got your hand up.
Not an objection, Chair. Basically a request, because this is the correct committee, that could staff be allocated extra hours in order to push this issue through. We do know that Amy's only part-time. Our events team is only part-time with very, very small hours of work. Is there room there for the increase their hours in order to push this through as a matter of priority?
I think that's for Catherine to manage, and if she wants the extra hours, I don't certainly have a problem with getting those extra hours in to get this through and out to schools, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just a case of, I'm quite happy Emma's not available at the moment, God love her, because she's homeschooling herself. But Amy, I can offer the extra hours to her, and it's whether she's available. I'll put the hours in, as many as we need, obviously, but I'll offer them to her. I think that's a good idea.
Councillor Briggs.
Yeah, cheers, Paul. I don't know if it's correct procedure. I don't want to be getting shot down at full council by certain members. But if Amy wants a hand, I'm sure I can lend a hand. I'm doing nothing apart from the COVID clinics. So if she needs a hand to go around or call a few businesses, I'm certainly available to do that and offer them to help.
Thank you very much, Councillor Briggs. There's one thing that can be said about this group of councillors, ever present to help where they. Right, okay, we can move on that then. Yeah, Councillor Wilkins got your hand up. Is that a legacy hand?
It's a legacy, yeah. Yes, I'll remove it now.
Thank you very much. Right, we'll move on that one. Or can I just clarify, is everybody comfortable with the £10,000 figure that we just mentioned?
Yeah.
Hopefully we can wrestle in extra money from businesses and get quite a few of these boxed off and signed away. Okay, number 7 on the, well, sorry, 9. I've lost these numbers 11. On this sheet. 11 is it? Sorry. 11 is the Princess Street project. I'll just rabble on then, shall I, Catherine? We have had news back from the solicitors. The research is underfoot, and we expect completion shortly. Both Catherine and myself have had a look at it again today as a building. Today we've had builders round present. One of the builders actually was quite joyous and said that the end of March would be an achievable date, providing the roof wasn't to be done. He's gone away, they've gone away to cost, and the idea would be he wants to come back with costs to then get structural engineers in to look at the roof to ensure, A, that it is in sound and fit condition, and B, if it has to be redone with compound rubber, that we're going to do it on that scale. But they are costing for the big job completely. It seems the roof was only done in 2017, so there is an opportunity that it could just be a case of costing for it. So if we know that it's going to be acceptable, then what we would need to do is basically budget for it. So it's going to cost us 10,000 4 years time or 5 years time. So we would budget and take it out the budget every year for it rather than spend it in a one and now. So that would obviously come back to the city anyway. But other than that, it was quite a thing. The building's still in good condition, and I think everybody was quite delighted and can't wait to get back in there. To be fair, I think it'd be really good. So that's the update on that project. Is there any questions on that project that maybe Catherine or myself can answer? No? Everybody happy?
Yeah.
Very much so.
Okay. Employment issues. Do we have employment issues, Catherine?
We do. We have 2. So at this point, I'd like to stop recording because the things we obviously.
At this point, then we'll just ask press and public to remove from the meeting, and I would just like to thank anybody who's watching the video for spending the time to watch our meetings. Thank you.